Meteorologist Erika, Paige. You've been crunching the numbers.
Yeah.
What's the latest on this tracking system right now that's going to bring us first flakes for the fall?
Yeah, so really it'll all begin on Sunday. So keep that in mind as you're getting to some of your weekend plans. I highly suggest, if you need to do some outdoor errands or some shopping or whatever it may be that takes you out of the house, I would highly suggest doing that on Saturday before the rain starts to move in Sunday, because it will take some time for that temperature to come down and eventually transition over to some of that snow. But once it does, we're going to see some winds become a bit more favorable to get a better setup for some lake effect snow bands. And that's where you could have some interesting travel conditions by the time we get into your Monday. Not to mention, it's also going to be a little windy as well. We're talking winds that could easily gust upwards of 30, maybe even 35 miles per hour. So when you're talking about those chunkier snowflakes that tend to happen this time of the year, because you're usually working with slightly warmer air in our atmosphere, that can impact visibility. That's an impact to travel. And if you can get some slushy accumulation, which there will be some in spots, though it will take a little bit of time likely for that to happen, it doesn't take much for us to see some travel headaches. We see it every single kind of fall to winter season where you get that first snow, and it can be very minimal, but it usually causes a lot of headaches, especially when it comes to travel conditions across the area. So that's why we have issued that 19 first alert weather day. All the rain we saw earlier today well off to our east. We've got a little disturbance, so a couple showers possible tomorrow with some of those showers that we're seeing out towards Chicago. But this right here, that's your next area of low pressure that is going to continue to fill in with a lot more of that moisture. And once it makes its way into our area, it brings us that first good taste of wintry weather. We'll walk you through all of the new data coming up in just a few minutes. Out of only Monday is going to be the impactful day kind of fool you, because we will start to see some rain even mixing in as early as first thing in the morning. But as we gradually go through the day on Sunday, you will see temperatures falling from the mid 40s back into the lower 40s. And as you start getting into the upper 30s, rain will transition to a wintry mix, then some snow. And by Monday morning, more of us will be dealing with the lake effect that's going to be moving through the region. And for some, this may last into your as well. So that's where we're going to have to watch just to kind of see how this timing continues to play out, essentially over the next 24 to about 48 hours or so. That's where we're going to get a lot better data continuing to come in. This is just an early look at how things could potentially play out for us as we get through your Monday. And remember, this doesn't include any additional snow that may come through headed into your Tuesday, but still expecting highest totals to be out towards our primary snow belt, secondary snow belt, which runs from basically the west side of Cleveland into northern Medina County, Summit County, Portage County, maybe even that northeastern portion of Stark County. You could get a couple inches of slushy accumulation, and I really don't want to discount a potential that places like Mansfield, US 30, points south, could also have some measurable snow before it's all said and done. Here's why I'm going to say that. Let's run you through your future views. So you'll notice through early tomorrow morning, we've got a lot of cloud cover across the region, maybe a couple spot showers that develop through the course of the day tomorrow. Largely anything that I would say is concerning across the region. I think a lot of us are going to stay dry, very quiet. So if you have Saturday plans, enjoy them. Just know we may have a couple spots of rain on radar. What's going to happen as we get into late Saturday night is you're going to build in a lot more of this moisture out ahead of this next system. And that will initially be in the form of some of that rain. So as you wake up early Sunday, I would plan on it being potentially a little bit soggier across parts of northeast Ohio to begin the day. But look at how closely that colder air is basically just knocking on our doorstep to the west. So as we start to see that colder air filtering in through the day on Sunday, you will likely see that transition from rain over to some snow. It could possibly happen as early as Sunday evening or during the late afternoon hours, but then we're going to start seeing those more precise lake effect bands setting up. And it's not out of the question that areas farther to the south and west of Cleveland could also be dealing with some of that snow. But you're going to get some help from other Great Lakes as we kind of get through the day on Monday. That's going to help to set up some of those healthier bands of lake effect activity. And that's where you're going to be talking about some of those higher snowfall totals that will be possible. And yes, some slushy accumulation will be around the area. So please be mindful of that, especially for travel plans Monday and Tuesday morning before things recover a little bit for us by midweek.